Hi everyone, it's Anne here from Positively Papercraft. Now this week I have got what I'm calling a front fold diorama card, and this was the first one I made, and there's a few little mistakes, but we're going to correct them with this one. So it does fold completely flat, and then when you open it, it's actually, as I say, a front fold diorama. So if I can show you, you can see you've got all your sort of little villages going back, or whatever you want to have. It doesn't even have to be villages, it can be anything really. And then you can write your message on the back. But the mistake I made was I got these measurements wrong. I didn't do them right, or I didn't make them right. And the front one here is completely, well, mostly straight when it opens. They go too far back, so basically I've made them too large, like too long, so that's what we're going to alter. But yeah, it just folds flat like that, and I think it's beautiful. So we're going to make one of these, but obviously adjusting it. So it's really simple, because last week when I made this beautiful one, I mean, I've seen some amazing versions of it, mind, but I think some people struggle with like the cut and the score marks, and this is a very similar type of card, but you haven't got all them cuts and things that you have to make. It's really simple. So a card base, which is 10.5 by 6 inches, and we're going to score this on the long side at 5.25 inches. So this will be our card. Okay, now I think probably the easiest way to do it is I'm going to decorate the front and the back and the inside now, and then that's done. So I've got some mats and layers here. This one is 5 by 4 7/8, and then this one is 4 7/8, 4 7/8 by, oh, I don't know, 4 7/8. I'll put them on my blog, but I'm going to quickly stick all these down, and obviously I've got one for the front and one for the back. Now for the inside, this one I chose this sort of like tree paper with little trees on, but this time I want to make it like a sort of nighttime scene again, because I love that kind of stuff. It's just my favourite. I've got some of these pieces of paper which I'm going to have to trim. I haven't cut it quite right, and it was just out of a paper pad, but you know, you can do anything. You could make your own with ink. You could have glitter backgrounds, anything you want. And then what I did was I had a little die that cuts these sort of just tiny little stars here, and all I'm going to do is just, you know, randomly glue a few of these stars around, just to make it, you know, a little bit more sort of Christmassy and nighttime type of thing. So as I said, I've got the measurements slightly wrong, but they should be, I would say, roughly 5 by 5 1/8, maybe just slightly less, because it does really want to be the same, sort of the same size as the actual card. So I'm going to have to trim mine down a little. And actually it doesn't matter if you've got any white shown there, because this first tab is going to hide that, so don't worry about that actually. So as long as it just, you know, basically fits in the height Okay, so that should be okay. So I'm gonna glue these on, and then I am gonna put the little stars on that I've You're going to need 3 layers. I've done 2 of them because they're all exactly the same. So you're going to have a bigger one and you're going to move down to smaller. Now the way you do them, so this is going to be the front one, and it measures 6 inches by 5, okay? So you're going to take a scoreboard and you're going to score them all the same actually. So you're going to score it 1/2 inch and then 5.5 for this one, so 1/2 inch each side. Now for this one it is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, so 5. So we're going to have to then score at 3, which is 1/2 of this in the middle. So 1/2, 3 and 5.5. And then the other ones, so the middle size is 4.5 by 5. You would score at 1/2. What's this one? I can't really see. So 1/2, 2 1/4 and 4. And then the tiny one is 3 by 5. You would score at 1/2, 1.5 and 2.5. Now this time I'm having ovals in for my little windows. So we would fold these little tabs back, but then the middle would go up. And then whatever aperture you want to have out the middle, so this one I'm going to have a larger oval and I want to have a border again like I've done with these ones. Okay, so I want to cut my oval out first, and then you would just take both of your dies and cut them on some silver or gold or whatever colour aperture you want to have. So I'll do that and I'll be back. Alright, so I've done the largest one. Then you're just going to fold on your score lines for now. So again, I've cut some of these little sort of edger dies which make it look like hills, but you could use anything you want. Now what you need to remember is the biggest one will be first, then the medium one, and then the little baby one. So when you're putting these sort of hills on, the first one really wants to be the lowest, so it needs to be the lowest down. Then when you move to the middle, you want to have it higher, and then when you move to the back one, you want it even higher, and then it'll make it look like it's sort of going up on a hill when you look inside. Okay, so I'm gonna I might use this one for the front one, because as I said, we want to keep this one low down, and obviously they're too long, but you just trim them off. So see if I'm gonna have that there. Where's my scissors? I'm just going to come along with some scissors and just trim it off, just so I know that it fits in there like that. Okay, so I would glue this in, just some along the sides and the bottom, and then just glue it inside here. Okay. And then put it on your scoreboard, and where we scored this one, which was in the middle at 3, you're going to do that again because you need everything to fold in. So just go over it, then follow the line down, even score the what would be like the little snowy hill, and then just gently over the little border I have, so that now it will all fold in, which will obviously allow the card to close. Okay, and that's what you're going to do with all of them. So I've got the first little snowy hill there, then I'm going to move to this one, and as I said, bear in mind it needs to be a little bit higher, the hill, so I'm going to have it like this. So just trim this off. Okay. Okay, and then as I said, it's gone slightly higher. So you're going to do the same again. You're going to get your 2 1/4 score mark down over your little hill like that, and then you're going to fold this carefully in. That's what I'm saying. It is a lot more simpler, you know, than doing the other one, because you've got less folds and stuff to do. So the last one is going to be a really high one, sort of halfway up, and again just the same thing. So now this one I've got to be careful where I cut this, because even the little score line is sort of right on the border here. Okay, so that one will go on there like that, and then again I'll just score that the same. So I'll do these and I'll be back. Okay, so that's both of them done. Now it's just a case now of putting whatever you want to have on and decorating it with. So I've gone for the same sort of thing, just little villagers and little trees, some little reindeers and stuff. And again, like last time, I've put some expand paste and just some yellow card for the little houses and stuff. Now there's something to bear in mind is so this is the first one that you're going to see. Don't put anything across the fold. So as you can see here, when I've put them in, I've left the fold free. Okay, don't put anything on the fold, because when you close it, it's just going to completely mess it up. So, and also you want if you can, you want like the biggest things at the front, and then you want to go for, you know, like smaller things at the back, so it's more up on the hill in the distance. So just bear that in mind. Don't put anything like over the fold or near the fold to interfere with that folding. Okay, so I'm going to stick these on and I'll show you when I've done it. Okay, I've done my little villages. So the first one, I've just put a little bit more of the snow on the edges just to make it look a bit more, you know, sort of set in there. And then this one, and then the last one, that was a little tree, and then I've put some more snow on there. So it's really simple to put it together actually as well if you do it this way. So take the largest one, which will be your front piece. Now on the side here you need glue or tape and it needs to be stuck right to the very edge of the card like that. Okay, and we're just going to do one side first. So glue down here, and then as I said, the very edge of the card, which was why it didn't particularly matter too much if you didn't get your paper all the way to the edge. So you're going to make sure it's stuck in there. Okay, so it should be like that, so that when we come to put it together, it will be the start of our little scene. And then now I suppose you can see if you want any more stars dotted around. So I'm going to put a couple up here actually. So that's the little stars on there as well. Okay, and then we're going to come in with the next size down. Now you want to leave really about, I would say about an inch between them two. Okay, so glue down the side again, and then about an inch or thereabouts. Okay, so I've got that one in there now. So really you could just put your stars on at the end so that you're not gluing these over your stars, but I think I've avoided them at the minute, so it's not too bad. And then of course this one will go in here. Do you see how it's sort of building up? And then the last little one will go about here. So again, just glue down there. So I think you can see that this is a lot simpler than the pop-up book card. Just some people, I saw some people saying, like, you know, they didn't want to attempt it because of all the cuts and stuff. So this one is a lot simpler because you don't really have cuts and stuff like that to do. So that's how I've got mine in. Now what you are going to do, I'm going to fold these little, now my little sort of oval is peeping over, so I may have to trim that a little bit. I mean, you won't really see it once it's all sort of glued together, but I don't want it getting in the way. And then if you just fold them down, fold them in half like this and down with your tab flat, what you're going to do is they are all going to get stuck flat in here like this, so that when they fold in, it's just getting them in right, because plus I've used like a really thick card. It's like 300 GSM. So you want them all to be in flat like that, okay? So what you can do is when you've got them in like this, so make sure, like, I'm going to show you this here. So can you see here, that's sticking over the tab? Make sure the tab is over that when you come to glue them, so that you're not gluing them to each other. Like, don't have it like that or like that. Do you see? Make sure that your tab is over the next one, and that's how you can stick them in. So if you just come along, just cover all of the little tabs, all of the edges in glue or tape. This is the easiest way to get it right. Like that. As I said, make sure that your tabs are overlapping, all like that. Come along with your card and you're going to stick it like this until it's stuck. Just keep pressing it down till it's all glued in. Now when we open it, it should work. There we go. Isn't that just so pretty? That one is not too bad. It's still folded back a little bit. But yeah, it's just giving you that beautiful scene where it's going up and you've got your little stars in there. I just think that's so pretty. And from the side and the top, it's just basically like that, and then it just all folds in completely flat. So that is lovely. I think that's so different, so pretty. And what I'd noticed as well was if you get a little tea light, it will actually fit in just under there. So I know you can't see it, but I'll try and take some pictures of it. It will just look like it's all sort of illuminated. And then I might use my little sort of extra trees I had to just decorate the front like this, or you could put something else on, whatever you want. But yeah, I'll decorate the rest and show you in the blog post the pictures and stuff. But I hope you'll have a go. I think it's a lot simpler and it's just lovely. It gives that lovely dimension and that illusion inside that it's sort of all going back up on a little hill. So yeah, there we go. And then you just write your message on the back. So I hope you've enjoyed it and I hope you'll give it a go. So thanks for watching, take care and bye for now.